Hey guys, I am not a YouTuber by any stretch. I don't expect to be a YouTuber and I never will be a YouTuber. I honestly never expected that I would have a YouTube video, but here we are. Welcome to my channel that will have one video and one video only. I also don't know how to edit it, so if this makes no sense or is a horrible video, my apologies in advance. So, I've basically decided to talk about my depression in today's video because I've decided to talk about my depression in today's video because I feel like a lot of people can relate, and I feel like I've noticed that a lot of people believe they're alone with their mental illnesses. Like, popular girls can't have mental illnesses, or pretty girls can't have mental illnesses, stuff like that, and that really hurts because that's not the case at all. Literally everyone and anyone can get affected by mental health issues. So, I'm gonna start off with my story. I'm currently sitting on top of Fort Henry Hill. People are staring at me, and I'm kind of scared. So, love this for me. So, my depression began when I was, I'd say, in grade 4, and it was something that I noticed right away that wasn't normal. It's kind of hard to explain, but I guess I would have these days where everything just kind of didn't seem right, I guess, where I would just feel this like sort of cloud come over top of me and I couldn't fight it off, and I just felt like this cloud of sadness, and like you're super upset and you can't do anything about it. And I like talked to my friends about it when I was younger, and I was like, does anyone else feel this way? Nobody felt the same way, and nobody really understood how I was feeling, so I was kind of scared because I was like, what is going on here? Eventually, things kind of got better. The kind of cloud, I like to call it, went away. But when I was in grade 11, everything started to fall apart. And I'm in grade 12 now. So when I was in grade 11... Ooh, this is the tea. That's the tea, sis! So when I was in grade 11, a lot was going on. So I broke up with my boyfriend. Things were not really going as well as I wanted them to academically. I was always a perfectionist, and I always wanted all of my work to be actually like perfect. So things weren't going perfectly. There was drama with friends, the usual. I noticed that I was coming home from school and I was crying every single night, and I don't mean crying like there was this deep pain in my chest and I could not control it. Like, it felt like my entire body was aching. I was in such severe pain. So I noticed that this was happening every single night. I was going into my parents and I was bawling my eyes out saying, I can't do this anymore. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm extremely upset. So I went to see a doctor finally after about a year of this happening. I started to stop eating. I was getting no sleep or way too much sleep. I was tired all of the time, and things were just honestly not going well for me. So I went to see a therapist, and she basically told me that because I had anxiety when I was younger, which I forgot to say, but I had anxiety when I was in grade 4 and OCD. And she said that because I had anxiety when I was younger, basically I had completely kind of tired myself out, and now my depression was starting to kick in and everything was starting to be full force, full-blown sadness because I was incredibly tired and I was incredibly depressed. She told me I had major clinical depression. There's basically like a range of depression. There's like clinical depression, there's like depression, I guess, and then there's like you're just depressed, which is like you're just going through something in your life. But this was like I actually had depression. It was something that I was going to have to deal with for my entire life. So fast forward a little bit, I started to see a therapist. Absolutely hated it at first, but I grew to love it, and I've been on medication now for a while to help out with it. Oh, this is tea. And I'm not gonna lie, it was very difficult, like changing medication. Okay, buddy, rev your engine one more time. I'm not gonna lie, it was very difficult. changing medication made me incredibly tired most of the time. I was moody. Sometimes I had not enough appetite. Sometimes I had too much appetite. I could not control basically anything about myself for a while until the meds started to even out. And I'm not saying it's easy, but once you find the right medication, it actually is so much better and you feel so much better. So first medication I'm on, I did not give a crap about what I was doing. I'm not going to go into detail, but let's just say I was doing things that I would not normally at that time in my life do. I was being a rebel, I guess. And one night I got home and all of a sudden all of the emotions that I hadn't been feeling for like a month just started to hit me. They just flooded me. I started to literally lie on the floor and I was screaming, "Somebody help me. Like, something is wrong with me. Somebody help me get this out of my head." I literally thought that I was psychotic and I was losing my mind. I went to the drawer and this was when the cutting happened. So I've cut for quite a few months now. This was when it all started, I'd say. So basically what happened was I went and I got scissors and I tried, and it didn't really work because the scissors were dull, but I tried and I had little scrapes on my arms and I was like, this is all that I can do. Like, this pain needs to go away. I don't know what else to do. I've seen it, I guess, on TV. I don't know where I got the idea from, but I got the idea and I did it. Fast forward a couple months later, I changed my medication and things were better on this medication. But the problem with cutting is that it is actually addictive. So once you start cutting, it's very difficult to stop because it releases endorphins in your brain when you cut. Yeah, so basically what I was noticing was... I was getting the urge to cut every single time I was upset. And I mean, at that point in my life, I was upset, very depressed, and I just started to cut. I'd say I reached one of my lowest points when I went to Staples and I bought an X-Acto knife because I didn't know what else to do, and at that point in time, I thought there was a chance I was going to kill myself. I have scars on my arms still from how deeply I've cut at that point in my life. I will not show any pictures, I will not show any videos, but the scars are there and I'm still self-conscious about them and I still have them. So something that people don't understand about depression is that it is not just being upset. Your body literally starts to ache and tremble. Your body literally has a physical reaction to it. It starts to ache and tremble an incredible amount. You're constantly tired. You have no motivation to do any work or to get anything done. Your heart rate actually picks up. You have no motivation to do any type of exercise. You literally are in constant physical pain, joint pain, whatever it is. Sometimes I can't even sleep at night. Sometimes I sleep too much. I've pushed people away. I have lost friends. I've tried to lose my family. And it's horrible. So, fast forward to recently. I was fine. Everything was going fairly well. And then I had this day where I was not doing super well at all. I was on a walk. Oh, this is so hard to talk about. And I got extremely upset, like the most upset I'd been in like months. And in turn, I kind of became numb. Like, nothing mattered. I didn't care about anything. I was willing to do anything to get the pain away, and I literally literally just became numb. So I had no will to live anymore. I drove myself to the top of Fort Henry Hill, where I am right now. I looked out into the sky and I literally said to myself, I don't want to be alive anymore. And I wouldn't feel pain anymore and I'd be okay. The thing is that it's not that easy. You can't just give up on everyone that you love. And just like they wouldn't give up on you, you can't leave them with the idea that they've lost a best friend, they've lost a friend, they've lost a daughter, a sister, a niece, a granddaughter. You can't just let go. Suicide took 840,000 Americans' lives last year. And in all honesty, I find it incredibly hard to believe that anyone can truly ever beat depression. So I'm scared. Oh, depression is not over by any means, and I don't think it ever truly will be. But I want anyone to know that if they are going through the same thing, I'm here to relate to them. And I'm here to tell them that there are better days coming. I've had months where I've been happy now, and happiness seemed impossible to me just a year ago. People love you, and you need to stay alive for those people. I don't know who needs to hear this. And if you have no reason to live for any other reason, then you have reason to live for me. I need you to live, and I want you to live. And I'll live for you too. So no, this isn't a happy ending. It's a story just to say that things will get better. And it is a battle you'll have to face your entire life. It truly is. But I promise you that I won't give up on you. So you need to not give up on me. And that's the tea.